What's up, guys? Welcome to episode 18, season 2 of the Monday Night Wars. I am Chad Talks, and joining me as always is the man who's got more hundreds than me, but not more egg rolls. Jmack Gaming.
That is true. I am lacking in the egg roll department, but
Yes.
where I'm lacking in egg rolls, I'm not lacking in 100 rated matches, Jen.
Yes. Correct.
And what's more important to you?
I don't know. Egg rolls will fill your tummy.
Yeah, but 100s.
Will not fill your tummy.
Yeah, you're right. Let's start the show. No more 100s. I'm calling it right now. Ricky Banderas defeats.
I swear to God, if you get an 100 on this show.
Defeats Excalibur in 604 with a leaping rope.
Hey!
What?
Excalibur's my guy.
I don't think he ever debuted over there.
He did it, but I still had him.
Chad brought him up on a handshake deal, and I said, swoop. Swoop. Yeah, because he popped in the creative of Hidden Gems. I'm like, oh, he's not on a contract? All right, I'm going to swoop. Take him. So, yeah, Excalibur comes over. He loses, but he outperforms Ricky Banderas. So I'm going to write that down. All right, I wrote it down. I actually didn't write it down, Chad. In Chad's pre-show match, Mark Merrow defeats Terry Funk in 7:54 with a shooting star press, Chad. Mark Merrow hitting a shooting star press on Terry Funk on the pre-show in Bismarck, North Dakota.
Imagine doing a shooting star press on a pre-show in North Dakota.
Against Terry Funk. And then Mark Merrow calls out Stash and Stud and says, next week, it'll be me and the European champion King Ikea against you two. Stash and Stud. I'm still pissed off at what happened at the Battle Royal, and I'm getting my comeuppance back. We start off a Monday Night Raw here in Bismarck, North Dakota. Chad, tell me your favorite Bismarck fact. All right.
His song, Just a Friend, is pretty good.
That's Bismarck Key. Why did I ask? I dug myself into that hole. Vince McMahon comes out to the ring, and, he's unhappy. He's pissed off. The strut down in the ring is in rare form. It's an all-timer because last week we saw a huge main event between Stone Cold Steve Austin and Kane. That match was great, but we saw the aftermath of Future Shock, Lesnar, Norton, and Tyson destroy and lay out those two. And Vince McMahon he calls him out. He's like, Tyson, get your ass out of here. Oh, man, I'm just thinking, what about Tyson Vince, Chad? Wow.
Wowza.
And he just tells, he's like, last week.
Kiss my ass match.
He says, I'm sick. You guys, I'm sick of this, Tyson. I'm sick of this. You guys kept ranting and raving about what do you guys want? What do you guys want? We're going to destroy the locker room until you get it. I'm putting my foot down. You're not going to get what you want as long as I'm here. And Brock and Randy, they're like, all right. Tyson's like, go get him, boys. And Brock and Randy hit their finishers on Vince McMahon, Chad. They're destroying the company. They're destroying the company. And whoever stands in their way, they're going to get laid out by Lesnar and Orton. We start off the opening match of the night. It's Lenny Lane and Spike Dudley. They got great chemistry. Future 100 rated match, possibly. He would probably. I think Chad would probably stop doing the series.
I think I'd set myself on fire.
Lenny Lane picks up the win in 804 with a memory lane. Big, nice little match right there. But unfortunately, pre-show workers. So I hate that. Lenny Lane celebrates in the ring. The fans are clearly behind Double L Lenny Lane. Oh, man. These guys, they said, this is not the end. Stone Cold says, what? This isn't the end of Stone Cold. What happened last week, that will never happen again. As long as me and Kane are on as long as we're still standing, Lesnar and Orton will never touch us. You guys better run. You guys are lucky we're not in the arena in Bismarck tonight. We're at home recovering. But when we get back, you're damn sure we're going to lay a can of whoop ass on both of you guys. And Tyson, I don't know what you want, what you guys want, but I'm sure as hell not going to let you have it. And Kane just says, oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Carlito and Primo hit the ring right after that. They're already in the ring. They said, "What the hell? Look, we've got 2 straight tag team wins, and we're not even looked at for the tag team title opportunity picture. We're not even looked at." Sultan, Joey Matthews, I know there's like 16 TVs back there. Go find yourself one. Sit down, plop yourselves in the couch, grab some popcorn, grab some snacks, and watch a dominant tag team prove themselves once again, and maybe you guys will be like, oh, maybe we should give them another shot, because Carlito and Primo here, we are the shining stars, and we are the shining stars of the tag team division, Chad. They move on, they take on the Armstrongs, and they win in 801 when Carlito pins Steve Armstrong with the big boot.
Ooh, the big boot.
Brad Armstrong, the best in-ring performer in this match, a 57 for the man. So Carlito and Primo get a big win. Lesnar and Orton are in a match tonight. This was supposed to be... No, this was fun. This was fun. They defeat the Headbangers in 807 with an overhead belly to belly. Yeah. I mean, come on. It's Lesnar and Orton, buddy. They're getting more wins. I think I should have probably put this on the pre-show. I think that's where I fucked up here. Because them destroying Vince and then them wrestling the Headbangers out of all people doesn't make too much sense in order form, but regardless.
Oh, well.
Oh, my TV went off. Sorry, boys. Scott Norton is in the ring with Tiger Ali Singh. He says, last week we saw Mark Henry dominate this poor fellow right here. He absolutely took him to the shed in a quick 3-minute match. And now me, Scott Norton, big in Japan, I'm going to do the same. I'm going to show Mark Henry that he's not the biggest man in the ring. He's not the biggest man in the locker room. I'm just as big. I'm just as bad. I'm just as tough. I'm big in Japan, Scott Norton. And not only am I big in Japan, I'm big in Raw. Ooh, big in Raw, Chad. Oh, it's got an 18. Ooh. Scott Norton wins in 425. What happened here? Yeah. Yep. I got an 18. That might be the lowest rated match any of us have gotten that we actively tried to book in a storyline.
From an 100 last week to a 17 this week.
Norton, though, doesn't. He takes longer to beat Tiger Ali Singh, though. Beats him in 425 instead of the 304 like Mark Henry last week. Sean Stasiak is here, Chad. Last week he arrived to the arena and found out he had nothing to do. But tonight he found out he's in a match. Who's he in a match with? You're going to have to find out.
Oh, man, I'm on pins and needles.
He's taking on Mike Lockwood. Remember to never let me run in North Dakota again. These ratings are absolute bullocks. Sean Stasiak, though, defeats Mike Lockwood in 747 with a inverted DDT. Big match right there. Man. Big match right there. Stasiak celebrating, and Rock comes out. He says, "You better take in that last celebration, Sean, because in 13 days." At SummerSlam, at Staples Center in Los Angeles, California, The Rock is going to come in there. He's going to whoop your candy ass all over the ring. He's going to lay it the smackdown and send your jabroni ass back to the pre-show where you belong. And The Rock not only is going to be king of the ring, but he's going to be the WWF World Heavyweight Champion. If you can smell what The Rock is cooking. Does his little eyebrow thing. You can't really see the eyebrow thing when there's no camera, but I'm doing it, Chad. I'm doing it. So yeah, Rock Stasiak. Are you excited for that match, Chad?
Yeah, it's gonna be lit. That's gonna be unequivocally fucking bussing.
Our main event of the night. Liger walks down Taka Michinoku down in the ring, Chad. Walks him down. It's Taka and Christian, as reported last week on the Peep Show. It gets an 80 run. They don't have chemistry. Awful Raw right here. Oh, the karma for having 100 on SmackDown is a reverse Uno card on me real quick.
Reverse.
Christian wins in 1808 by pinfall, and then the lights go out, and they come back in, and Lesnar, Orton, and Tyson destroy Liger, Taka, and Christian to end the show. These guys can't be stopped.
Can't be.
Oh my God, a 67.
Wow.
These fans were annoyed at the amount of time non-wrestling. Oh yeah, I did have a lot of segments, but I felt like.
Wow. That's got to be the worst Raw you've ever booked.
Yeah. Hopefully that doesn't fuck us.
Oh man.
Well, I guess we'll find out on SmackDown because we got to go book Nitro.
All right. Well, I got to tell you, Justin, that is going to be a tough show to top. But here we are with WCW Monday Nitro. We got to beat a 67. Man, I don't know if we'll be able to do it.
It might be difficult. It might be difficult. Let's start the show.
Ugh. And in a pre-show bout that Subpar Wrestling in Little Heat, Buff Bagwell defeated Homicide with the Yellow Jacket suplex.
Imagine we get out of this and I lost my TV show and lost my company.
Oh, and then WCW is the #1 company.
Ugh. Ugh.
Oh, we can only dream. All right, next segment. At a decent pre-show match, Low D defeated Sabu with an aerial brainbuster.
Big match for Low D right there, Chad.
Big match. We start the show off. Sylvester Stallone is in the ring and he says, last week on Thunder, the challenge was made. Hulk Hogan and Chyna versus me and a tag team partner of my choice from the women's division. And listen, I looked at our women's division and there are a lot of names that I think would be good tag team partners. But I realized that I needed help. So I decided to make a last minute hire. You see, after I fired Hulk Hogan, I saw that an opening for an assistant general manager kind of opened up. So, with that being said, allow me to introduce you to the assistant general manager and the head booker of the WCW women's division. We've got Tammy Sytch. And Tammy Sytch comes out and she says, Sylvester Stallone, thank you so much for this opportunity. I will make sure that we have a tag team partner for you that will give out the best wrestling product for our fans, but more importantly, and I do mean more importantly, a tag team partner that will kick Chyna's ass, because I don't like her either. Stallone says, I think this is the start of a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful partnership. Justin, look at this. Tammy Sytch.
Tammy Sytch. Good for her. Good for her.
Good for her. Oh, we've got a Cruiserweight Championship match. AJ Styles taking on Randy Savage in a bout that had excellent wrestling and great heat. AJ Styles defeated Sensei Savage with a Styles clash and makes defense number 12 of the WCW Cruiserweight title.
What do you mean excellent wrestling? It says superb wrestling there, Chad. Can you not read?
It was excellent in my heart.
You can't. Okay, well, Scott Norton and Tiger Ali Singh was a 5-star match in my heart, but when the game says it's an 18, you have to run with it, Chad.
Listen, someone's just upset that they had a 67 night Raw.
Chad, I might get 67 100s before you get one, so let's cool your pies.
It'd be hard to do that when you lose your TV deal. Anyway, and
It's
AJ
coming
Styles
from you.
cuts. Yeah, well, listen, trust me, I know it's a struggle. AJ Styles cuts a promo on Christopher Daniels, and he basically says, like, you know, at Bash at the Beach, I've defended my belt 12 times. All of them have been hard-fought battles. All of them have been, you know, just business, you know, just wrestling matches. I've been trying to be the best Cruiserweight champion I could be. At Bash at the Beach, championship match number 13. This one, Chris, this one's personal. I've out-wrestled this entire division. But at Bash at the Beach, I'm not going to out-wrestle you, Christopher Daniels. I'm going to fight you. At Bash at the Beach, I'm going to kick your ass. And I'm going to take every single second to enjoy it. Because I'm the phenomenal one. And at Bash at the Beach, you're going to get a phenomenal ass kicking. So I'll see you in 2 weeks. AJ versus Christopher Daniels, Justin.
Yes, sir.
Could be a banger. Could be a banger.
Probably will, but... 69.
Nice. We got a 3-on-1 handicap match. And about that, this was made by Tammy Sitch, our new assistant GM and head booker of the women's division, Justin. And about that, decent wrestling and didn't have much heat. Chyna defeated Trish Stratus, Debbie Malenko, and Jazz in 9-10 when Chyna pinned Trish Stratus with a power bomb. Trish Stratus got a 29.
Poor Debbie Malenko has a 75 in-ring performance compared to Trish and Jazz at 26 and 47 respectively, and she's put on the jobber. She's your best women's wrestler, Chad. What are you doing, Tammy Sitch?
That's why they put her on this team. They thought that, you know, that would help them get the edge, but alas, it didn't. So Chyna's celebrated, but then she's attacked, Justin.
Oh.
She's attacked by NXT Women's Champion Nicole Bass. Former NXT champion Nicole Bass, and it's announced that Nicole Bass is going to be Sylvester Stallone's tag team partner.
Oh. Oh.
Oh.
What a letdown.
Oh, what a letdown. She's beating down Chyna. Look at this. A letdown would be
this match again.
Yeah, we got the Sensei, we get the Savage Dojo taking on Too Cool and a decent match. Too Cool defeated Savage Dojo and Grandmaster Sexay pinned Jamie Noble with a Tennessee Jam.
What the fuck? Chad running the same match over and again. Typical WCW, run the same rematch over and over again.
After that, they grab the microphones and they say, "Listen, Hardy Boys, you're talking about tag teams. You're talking about tag teams that deserve a tag team match. Listen, we don't care if you have the hearts. We don't care if you got best of the best. We have been on a run ever since Too Cool's formed. We've been winning matches. Skip James has been joining the group, and we've been hot. So listen, you guys can have whoever you want in it, because we look forward to beating all of them. We're throwing our names in the tag team championship match at Bash at the Beach." And then they start dancing. Justin.
They start dancing?
They start dancing.
I have to.
We got a decent match. Minoru Suzuki defeats Just Incredible by submission.
Yeah, Suzuki really off his game today. Only got a 64.
I love that picture.
We move on.
Let me tell you a story about a man named Sandman. You see, when I ran ECW, Sandman was one of my go-to guys, one of my stars. And then when WCW bought ECW, Sandman came along with them. And Sandman was on his way to get a good push. He was on his way to being booked in a big match. Team ECW versus Team WCW. And the reason why he was going to be in that match was because I spoke highly of him backstage. I've always been a Sandman fan. And how did that son of a bitch repay me? Oh, you hear that thunder, Justin? That's thunder starting early.
Is that coming from me or you?
That's coming from me.
It popped at the same time over here too.
Oh man, big thunderstorm. He says, How does he repay me? By taking a contract and going to the other company. He was going to abandon me and abandon ECW and go to WWF. But guess what? And this is the funny part of the story. He got caught with drugs the day he signed his contract, and they fired him. And he went on the indies and did nothing. And his biggest regret always been, I wish I wouldn't have left WC. He had the protection of Paul Heyman. Well, guess what, Sandman? You decided to show yourself back in this company and get in the face of our hardcore champion, Minoru Suzuki. And let me tell you something, man. You've made the worst mistake of your life because you don't have the protection from Paul Heyman anymore. Au contraire, I don't give a damn about you or anything that happens to you. And so you want to get in the face of Minoru Suzuki? Guess what? At Bash at the Beach, it's going to be Minoru Suzuki taking on Sandman. And let me tell you something, Sandman. You've made the worst of your career, because when Minoru Suzuki's done with you, Sandman is going to regret ever showing his face back in this company ever again. Justin. And Minoru Suzuki, Hardcore Championship, Bash at the Beach. Bubba Ray Dudley's backstage. He's cutting a promo on Scott Steiner. He says, listen, it took you making me pass out to beat me last week. I never tapped. I refused. I passed out from the pain. Listen, now my championship is on the line. My television title is on the line. Scott, mark my words. You're not going to beat me twice in a row. You're not going to beat me for this belt. I don't care if I don't care how long you put me in a Steiner recliner for. I'm not going to pass out this time. I refuse to go down. Tonight, in the main event, Scott Steiner versus Bubba Ray Dudley, the biggest match of my career, and I promise you, and I promise all of the fans here in Florida, I will win. I will retain my television championship.
We move on.
We got a tag team match, DNA versus Mike Barton and Stevie Richardson. About that had good wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd. DNA defeat Mike Barton and Stevie Richards when Alex Wright submitted Mike Barton with an STF.
Good little match right there. But then out comes Mr. Steven Regal.
Alex Wright, listen, you said you were going to make a decision last week. And I'm hoping that this match that you just wrestled with Malenko is not the indicator of your decision. Because listen, we left a lot of opportunity on the table, you and I. We could be a very successful tag team. And Malenko's like, we literally just wrestled a tag team match. All right, listen, Regal, I'm happy you're back. You know, awesome, but you're old news. All right, the DNA's here, and we're gonna be tag team partners. And guess what? Maybe we'll go to Bash at the Beach and we'll win those tag team titles. Maybe we will. And then Alex Wright, you know, Regal and Malenko, they're arguing back and forth, and Wright says, "Shut up!" And they both look at Alex Wright. He says, "Listen, yeah, we just wrestled a tag team match, and yeah, you asked me if I'd team with you tonight, and I said yes, of course. You know, listen, I got to be honest, my heart wasn't in that, you know, and." I don't do well in tag teams, guys. I mean, everybody I team with, it just never ends well. It makes me think, maybe I should focus on myself. Maybe I should focus on being a single star. To be quite honest, all three of us, we don't need to be in a team. The three of us have what it takes to be world champions. So, Steve, Ian, respectively, my answer, I don't want to team with either of you. Steven Regal and Malenko, they're in the ring, and Regal says, "You know, sunshine, Part of me was kind of hoping you would say that. Here's what I have to say. Bash at the beach. Steven Regal makes his in-ring debut. His in-ring return. By taking on Alex Wright. 1-on-1. And Alex Wright's like, yeah, you're on. And then Dean Malenko's like, actually, I think I want in too. How about we make it a triple threat match? And they all agree. So Bash at the Beach, triple threat match. Dean Malenko, Alex Wright, Steven Regal.
That should be a banger.
And our main event. Scott Steiner versus Bubba Ray Dudley, TV title on the line, and about that head Superb Wrestling and Great Heat. Bubba Ray defeated Scott Steiner in 1630 with a powerbomb after a distraction from Rob Van Dam, Justin. Bubba Ray Dudley makes defense number 1 of the WCW World Television title.
Rob Van Dam, that rat bastard.
That rat bastard.
Yeah, 86. It did.
86, man, that is so much better than what Raw got.
We're busting out the
One more for the good guys.
No, it's all about the week. It's about the week award, not you beat Raw, Chad. You have to beat SmackDown too.
This is the Monday Night Wars, Justin. So,
Chad, if that's all you want to win is a one-day thing instead of the whole war, you can win the small battles, Chad.
Well, listen, you win enough small battles, you win the long battle.
No. You tell that to my 2 Company of the Year awards right here, sitting right next to me.
Let's see if you get them after this last performance. Let's see what happens.
All right, Chad. I had a 67 Mania, and I still had Company of the Year. All right, I can handle one shit Raw.
All right, we'll see.
No, okay. Well,
We are back down on SmackDown.
Yeah, that was it.
That was it. Yeah.
What a weak performance, Chad. That intro was
like your Raw this week.
That was where I was going with it. You had to just interrupt me and step on my toes. My little toes.
Little stinky feet.
I'm gonna give him a kiss. Hey, Stevie Ray and Excalibur had a 64, Chad, to start off the pre-show here in the Madison Square Garden.
Nice. Man. Good for Excalibur.
Good for Excalibur. Coming out, former NXT champion at some point.
He's no Monty Brown, but
he's doing better than Monty Brown, actually. And you gave Monty Brown a bag. Excalibur came over for $800 and a bag of peanuts. Also, our other pre-show match, Godfather defeats Dennis Butler in 7:38 with the STF. He's got the hose here tonight at Madison Square Garden. And our last pre-show match of the night, the Rat Boys, Fig and Chad, take out Johnny Swinger and Lanny Poffo in 11:14 when Chad pins Lanny Poffo. Chad, big win for Chad.
Hell yeah, Chad did. Good job, Chad.
When I book Chad Collier to win, he celebrates. When he books Just Incredible to lose, I get sad. Oh boy, Chad. Your 2 favorite guys in the middle of the ring. Taker gets out with his motorcycle. Vroom, 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 vroom. Keep rolling. What? Taker calls out Del Santo. And Santo hits the ring and says, "Kid, you put me through hell and back last week. We had a 100 rated match. Something WCW has never done before." He says, "Del Santo, you've already done more in this company in 1 month than you have already done in that other company for as long as you were over there. And Del Santo, you have my respect. But that being said, we're at a draw right now. See, you beat me at King of the Ring, and I beat you last week on SmackDown. So that puts us at 1-1. And you know what that means." And Del Santo's like, "Hell yeah, Taker. You're one of the most respected men back in the locker room, but Taker, one of us has got to win this rubber match." So the question now remains, when and where. And Taker's like, "Well, we could have it here in the Madison Square Garden in New York. But I got a better idea. How about we have it on a bigger stage with more implications on the line?
Garden?
How about in 9 days at Unforgiven? It'll be Undertaker versus El Hijo Del Santo. The winner not only wins this little rivalry, this little best of 3 we have. How about the winner will earn a world heavyweight title shot? And the fans go crazy. And Del Santo shakes his head. And he shakes Taker's hand. It's Taker, Santo, Unforgiven, #1 contender match, Chad. That was already 100. It's going to be
This one might get 200.
200 at Unforgiven. But not tonight, Chad. I think you were worried right there for a little bit. You thought I was going to run it back. Not tonight.
I wasn't.
Not tonight.
I'm not worried.
We start off the show with Dragon Kid defeating Tyson Duh in a high-flying cruiserweight action. And it was ended in 11:28 when Dragon Kid schoolboy pins Tyson Duh after Mystico. Yes, Mystico. Coming back from his injury, distracts Tyson Duh, and Dragon Kid gets the win. Unbelievable. Mystico has returned healthy already, Chad. He took the concerto, and he's back. And he grabs the mic, and he says, all the boys backstage, I want to reward them for coming in and looking at me and looking, being by my side while I was in a hospital. So I talked to Eric Bischoff, and every one of those men who were back there at some point, I want to reward them with the title shot. And Tyson, you're going to be in that match because we all want to kick your ass at the same time. So at Unforgiven, it'll be an unprecedented 7-way single match for the light heavyweight championship. It'll be myself taking on Trent Acid, Caprice Coleman, Great Sasuke, Ultimo Dragon, Dragon Kid, and Tyson Duh. That might be an absolute clinic, Chad. Another 100. Every match on Unforgiven, 100. Let's just call it right now. I don't even need to run Unforgiven. It's all going to be 100.
Keep it at 100.
Oh, man, a 70 for Dave Taylor here. We're on a good start. Kid Cash defeats Dave Taylor in 12:09. The United States champion gets a big win over former Blue Blood Dave Taylor here in New York. And then he's on the mic, and he's making fun of the riddled and broken friendship of PJ Black and Stephanie McMahon. And he says at Unforgiven, he's gonna put PJ out of his misery. He's not only gonna defeat him one final time, but he's also gonna end the relationship of Kid Cash or PJ Black and Stephanie McMahon. And then he shakes his little abs like he did at King of the Ring. He's like, "Oh, you were distracted by it last time, Stephanie. It's gonna happen again, baby." Kid Cash, United States champion. He's a sexy man.
A sexy man.
They have no chemistry as partners. Oh, Ric Flair and Rhino stink. Ric Flair and Rhino defeat Gangrel and Farouk when Rhino pins Farouk with a pile driver. That is unfortunate because this was going to be a nice little team right here, but I guess Ric Flair is genuinely just going to be a manager right now. We'll find out. We move forward. It's Lex Luger and Steve Mcmichael. Luger pulling out 70s here. He pins Steve Mcmichael in 9:22 with a torture rack. Chad. Lex Luger, baby. The state of my tag division. Shawn Michaels and a bunch of nobodies. Oh, man, it's Bryan Danielson and Shawn Michaels. They were called out on social media beforehand by some tag teams, including TNT and ICP, and former tag team champions Road Rage. Roadkill, he's out right now with a staph infection, but he will be back in time for Unforgiven. So it was announced that Bischoff has made a 2-on-2 tag match for the belts. It will be these 4 tag teams in that match. And tonight we have a fatal four-way with one member of each team on that in this match. So it will be Danielson, or not Danielson. It will be Shawn Michaels, Steve Wright, Amazing Red, and Shaggy 2 Dope in a fatal four-way match. It gets an 81. Shawn Michaels wins. He pins Shaggy 2 Dope with a sweet shin music. Chad, did you ever think Shawn Michaels and Shaggy 2 Dope would be in the same ring with Steve Wright?
No.
Yeah. Are you running out of energy, Chad?
No, I never would have thought. I never thought these four men.
Perk up, Chad. Come on, get back
Wow!
in.
Wow, Shaggy 2 Dope and Shawn Michaels.
There we go.
Oh.
Tonight, when Booker T bitched and moaned that he wasn't on the card last week, he's on it tonight. He takes on the World Heavyweight Champion of SmackDown. He takes on the Game, Triple H. It gets a 96 about that. That's a pro wrestling and great heat. Booker T beats the world champion with the Harlem Hangover when Eddie Guerrero distracted Triple H in the middle of the match, Chad.
Oh.
Booker T,
Booker
huge
T
win.
getting a win on Triple H, something you never thought you'd see.
Because Eddie Guerrero, had to get back his heat after Triple H basically brutally attacked Hector Guerrero last week. So Eddie, cost Triple H a big win tonight. And we have a 60-man Iron Man match at Unforgiven. That will main event. That's going to be huge. This SmackDown is looking to be good. We'll see. It's a 92. We tie with Nitro. So, Chad, you can't laugh now, buddy. We're tied as show of the week right now.
Don't you worry. Thunder will top it.
We get all our popularity back. We're good. Well, the Raw never happened. Look, the Raw never. Just remind me never to run in North Dakota ever again. Those ungrateful pieces of shit fans in North Dakota. Sorry if you're from North Dakota watching this, but you can go suck an ass. But we'll see you for Thunder. We're almost
sucking, backstabbing. Listen, Justin, I haven't heard the thunder outside my house since that one that we heard. But listen, that won't stop us from having thunder tonight. I heard it.
Yeah, you shouldn't have. That's the world talking to you, brother. You can't be speaking upon like that. Let's
they say thunder is God bowling.
Who says that?
I don't know. Crocodile Hunter said it once.
Crocodile Dundee?
Yes.
Who's that?
Anyway, pre-show match.
Oh, yes.
My dad.
So, Chad, I challenged Chad, because he was talking shit, to run in Bismarck. So he's here in Bismarck tonight to see if he can do just as good. I think he'll be fine. I think I really just got unlucky with my main event.
Pre-show match. Rob Conway versus Shannon Moore.
Yeah. Moore hit him with the Moorgasm. Excuse me?
Oh, excuse me?
He just came on Rob Conway.
Oh, no.
Rob Conway's music. Just come on me. Just look at me. I love Rob Conway. No, LaSharka.
And a decent pre-show match. LaSharka defeated Rick Martel. The deep sea drop.
Oh, what the hell's a deep sea drop, Chad?
Like a stunner.
Is that like the Darby Allin move?
No, that's the coffin drop.
Well, yeah, but it's the deep sea drop.
Maybe it is. I don't know.
I know it's the coffin drop, you goof.
We got Nash and Steiner, Rey Mysterio, and Rob Van Dam. They are all cutting promos on each other, hyping up their tag team match at Bash at the Beach. Rey Mysterio and Rob Van Dam, they talk about how, Kevin Nash and Scott Steiner, listen, you guys, if you guys lose, one of you is going to have to defend your belts against one of us. And you got to ask yourself, do you think you could beat one of us? And then Nash and Steiner, they say, listen, there's no pressure on us. Listen, Kevin Nash has already beaten Rey Mysterio for the world title, and I'd beat Rey if I had to. So listen, it's not on us. The real question is, it's on you, because only one of you can face one of us for the belts. Me and Nash, we got nothing to whatever. One of us is defending the championship anyway, unless we beat you. So if we win, we're not facing you at all, and only one of you can get the pin. So really, you guys should be worrying about facing each other, because if one of you can't make it to the pay-per-view, well, you don't have to worry about who's going to get the pinfall, then would you? Then Rob Van Dam is just like, You know what, Steiner? I'm sick of hearing you talk. So how about this? How about we all stop talking? And Kevin Nash, how about you and I wrestle tonight in the main event? And Nash laughs and he says, "You know what, kid, you're on. I'll take you on in the main event." Two Michigan boys going at it, Justin.
Two Michigan boys, indeed. All right, let's get into the match. Oh, Lord. Oh, my God.
We've got a WCW.
Of course they have great chemistry. Fuck off.
We got a WCW women's title match, and Justin, and about that terrible wrestling and non-existent crowd heat, Nicole Bass submitted Cutie Suzuki and wins the WCW women's title.
Mm-hmm.
And Nicole Bass is going to be walking into Bash at the Beach as champion.
That she is. Unless she loses it next week.
First woman to hold the NXT and WCW Women's Championship.
That I don't know. Cutie may have been NXT champion.
Maybe. But anyway, Tammy Stitch comes down and she hypes up Nicole Bass and talks down Chyna. She says, "Listen, Chyna, what does she have going for her? She's a strong woman who can beat up men. We've got Nicole Bass. Look at she's a strong specimen of a woman. This woman is going to demolish Chyna, and quite frankly, this woman's going to beat up and destroy Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan, who has literally lost to Owen Hart at Great American Bash. He's washed up. He's washed up. And Chyna never was. Sylvester Stallone and Nicole Bass, they will walk away at Bash at the Beach victorious. And who knows? Maybe I might fire Chyna afterwards.
Whoa. That's fucked up. All right, we move on. Told you this match was going to bang.
And about that has great wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd. Dean Malenko defeats Lance Storm with a Texas Cloverleaf, Justin.
Oh, I see it. I see it. I told you. I said this was going to get 100. I was wrong, but it was close.
You're backstage, Raven and Mike Awesome. Raven's like, "Listen, Mike, Bash at the Beach. It's me versus Chris Kanyon. And I know Chris Canyon's been talking to you. Asking you about, your allegiance to the flock. And I just want to remind you, Mike, who put you in the flock? Who put your career back in relevance? Me. Mike, I know you'll do the right thing at Edge of the Beach. I know that if something happens, if Chris Kanyon... okay, well, now we have a backstage angle with tag team. Jessica, can you hear me?
My bad.
Oh, okay. I thought you just turned because for some reason you couldn't hear me.
No.
Basically, the Raven was trying to get Mike Awesome to screw Chris Kanyon, basically.
I was trying to move everything, and I just instinctively pressed next segment.
I'm just like, all right, great. He gets cut off mid-segment, and we've got this segment. The Hardy Boys, the best of the best, the Hearts, and Too Cool. They're all like arguing over who's gonna face the Hardy Boys, and the Hardy Boys say, "Listen, all right, listen. Three of you, the three teams, you guys are gonna face off tonight, and the winning team can face us at Bash at the Beach, the WCW Tag Team." Justin, we randomized it. We let the game decide. Who's your pick?
Oh, who's my pick? I'm picking Too Cool. God, I hope so.
Too Cool? That'd be so funny. Sting and Diamond Dallas Page get in the ring, and Sting says, "Diamond Dallas Page, did you see that announcement that the Hardy Boys just made? The one of those teams is going to face off the Hardys at Bash at the Beach." DP says, "Yeah, but listen, we also spoke to Sylvester Stallone, and he told us that no matter what happens in that match, it's going to be a triple threat tag team match. And we have to, but listen, we're champions, all right? We're fighting champions, and we know that we have to earn our spot. So he gave us a match tonight, and if we win this match, then no matter what happens, we're inserted in that that Bash at the Beach match as well.
Oh.
And we're facing a hot up-and-coming team, a team that
haven't won.
They call themselves the future of tag team wrestling. Well, listen, the future takes on the present, and I'm sure this will be a hard-fought battle. And it's Mike and Mike, Justin, and a decent match. Diamond Dallas Page and Sting defeat Mike and Mike when Sting submitted Mikey Whipwreck with a Scorpion Deathlock. So, no matter what, it's going to be the Hardys and the Syndicate taking on the winner of this triple threat tag team match tonight.
I wonder who's going to win, Chad. Oh, well.
In a bout that has good heat and great and good wrestling, Bret Hart wins.
Yeah.
Somebody, I can't even read it. Yeah, but Bret Hart and Owen Hart. They're going to Bash at the Beach.
Are you all right?
Yeah, I can read it. It's a little blurry.
It's a little blurry. It's 1080p. What else do you want from me, Chad? Are you full screen?
Blurry. Yeah. Justin, Owen and Bret, they go on to Bash at the Beach.
That they do. I think your internet's shaky right now. I just full screened it on my end, and it looked perfect.
Okay, well, I mean, that might be it.
No.
But regardless.
Yeah, regardless. Big win right there for, Bret and Owen. More title shots. Woo.
Have an opportunity to win tag team gold. We show up here and listen. Scott Hall, Six, and Stardust. They're not at a nightclub anymore, Justin, but they are. They're walking the streets, and fans are walking up to them, getting pictures, right? And they're challenged. And these three kids, they challenge them to a 3-on-3 basketball game. And Scott Hall, he has his toothpick. He throws his toothpick at one of the guys, and he says, "You're on, Chico." And so they have a basketball game, Justin. And Scott Hall and Six and Stardust, Stardust shows up once again in Stardust face paint and like a basketball jersey. And the three of them, they wipe the floor with these guys. And everyone around them's like, "Oh my God, these guys are so cool." And Scott Hall, he does like a no look. He like turns around, toothpick still in his hand, throws the basketball with one arm, just swishes it without even looking.
Nice.
And when he does, and then after he does that, he turns around and does his like little finger thing, the ooh, you know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he does that, and everyone goes nuts. And Scott Hall just continues to teach Stardust how to be cool.
What a change of heart for Scott Hall.
We got a singles match. Steven Regal and Drago, his singles match return, and in a decent match, Regal defeated Drago. The Regal stretch.
That he did, Chad. That he did. I'll move on. Your main event.
Kevin Nash versus Rob Van Dam in an exceptional match. Rob Van Dam defeats Kevin Nash, leading with a frog splash, Justin.
Yeah, pretty decent match right there, but again, match suffered from a lack of psychology. Really could have used someone with the proper knowledge. I wonder it's just the two guys in the ring just don't have the perfect psychology for this kind of match. That stinks. But still,
Weird.
I don't know if it's that weird.
But regardless, Rey Mysterio and Rob Van Dam afterwards, they celebrate, but they also have a bit of a stare down because listen, only one of these two men can get a shot at the title. So, Justin, what does this mean?
What does that mean?
Yeah, what does this mean?
That means RVD just pinned the guy that beat Rey Mysterio for the belt clean.
That is what that means. You're correct.
All right, that is the end of the show. A 93 sneaks the best show of the week. Damn.
Oh, in North Dakota.
Damn.
Oh, man. They had the worst show and the best show all in 1 week in North Dakota.
Damn.
They saw the worst wrestling and the best wrestling.
Damn, Taka and Christian really fucked me. They might get the R-Truth Miz treatment after Rock and Cena. They're just getting shit. They're getting buried. I don't give a fuck. You don't make me look stupid in front of my friends. Fuck. Well, that was Thunder, Chad. Props to you for having the best show of the week. Props to you for doing it in North Dakota.
One more for the good guys.
Well, yeah, can't even be mad about this. We'll see you guys for the go-homes and then the pay-per-views. Peace.